So they helped us shooting pictures for the last 100 years, but now they want to help us framing the future. So guys, stay tuned because new news from Leicas are coming soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Only, and today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is Leicas. Leicas state-of-the-art, Leicas of the future, because they want to help us frame the future. Apparently, it's about to start the celebration for the 100 years of Leica, and the Leica M are on the edge, together with beautiful new models, new technology and new glasses. But in an interview they released Leica, they said that despite they helped us in the past 100 years, they want to come up with new ideas and state-of-the-art innovations. Now this gets along very well with the email that I sent out to the Leica aficionados, because if you are part of the Leica Club, or if you are an owner, or if you are in the Leica International Society, whatever, you receive these emails because they want to know what you think about it. Because yes, innovating is great, but they don't want to lose all the aficionados, all the clients that have been purchasing Leica M's for decades. And so they sent out an email asking for our contribution and to tell them what we would find more interesting among 5 new features that they are thinking about implementing in new Leicas. But now, when they think about, or what they say about implementing new features in new Leicas, in my humble opinion, they are referring to Leica M or the Leica M-V line with the Visoflex integrated, because more contemporary Leicas, such as the Q line or the SL line, they have already all the features that put them on par to the other camera brands such as Nikon, Sony, Canon. So they have at least a similar level of stab, even better because the stab comes from Panasonic, and of course autofocusing, tracking, and many other features, including video recording for hybrid shooting. So when they ask about new news and what do we think and what do we value the most, I think they're referring to the Leica M line, because it has always been a struggle trying to innovate something while keeping it with their historical heritage, to be always loyal to themselves. Think about what Porsche did with their cars. They are always innovating, but they are always resembling the old models that we all grew up loving. And so in their email they asked about these 5 features. I wrote them down here because I didn't want to forget any, and these are the ultra dynamic range, super resolution, live photo, night mode, and individual look. Now, individual look, it is something that we see more and more also in lower tiers cameras such as the Fujis or the entry-level APS-Cs in general, because apparently these LUTs, because this is only you can define it as a LUT, individual look, it means that you can bake inside your camera certain aspects. If you want to play with the colors, with the highlights, with the luminance, whatever, you want your photos to have always the same style, and normally this is baked into the JPEG, while the RAW, they preserve all the information that they have to. So this is one of the 5. Individual look, I don't think any Leica M shooter would give any value to it, because if we want an individual look, we go with monochrome, definitely not any film simulation or something similar to it, because there are plenty of cameras out there that can do this thing and they cost fraction of the Leica price. While if we go for Leica M mount glasses and cameras, it's because we want perfect image quality. So then the night mode might be useful. I honestly have no idea how they would help with that. One thing that they did on the M11 was the triple resolution of the sensor, so gathering pixels together, so every pixel has a bigger surface and can gather more luminance. This might help I don't know if on the M11 shifting from 60 megapixel to 18 helps and how much it does with night mode. Maybe a full 1 f-stop. At least this is what I experienced when I was using the Pixie, that when I switched to monochrome, ideally they were giving back because they were able to iterate how much light was filtered by the Bain filter, and so I was gaining almost half an f-stop. But this has to be seen. And then the third one is live photo. So they said the living memories. Basically, if I'm not wrong, the way they proposed it is that when you shoot a still, they will have like a little bit of pre and post capture. So imagine you're shooting at the kiddo and you don't always get the exact moment with the best expression, but you will see like a very short movie with a few frames before and after you shoot. So it's a living memory, less than a second ideally, so you can see what was happening in the scene that have been portrayed, and then of course you will have your still as well. And then super resolution. This is something that we see more and more in cameras, but in cameras that have IBIS. So with the in-body image stabilization, they are able to compensate up to 5 f-stops, 7 f-stops, the best ones, give or take, so you can have a stuck image coming from 3 different frames that have been stuck together, even if you handheld your camera. So you don't need the tripod to have the super resolution. This might be an option. And the final one, which was the very first one, but I kept it as the last point because it's the most interesting to me, is the ultra dynamic range. Now, I still have to see how they manage. Ideally, they started doing something like that in the Panasonic Lumix S1R Mark II, so you can enlarge the dynamic range. I don't know if it's about 15 f-stops. Anyway, it's way more than the number of f-stops that were portrayed with film cameras. And so these digital cameras already cover, give or take, 15 f-stops. So with this ultra dynamic range, maybe they will be able to give us up to 17 f-stops. That will help a lot, because I don't know if you are using Leicas. I was using my Leica Q2, and the one thing that I was complaining about was that it was also easy to clip the highlights. So I was eventually shooting underexposed 1/3 or 2/3 of an f-stop just to compensate, because I didn't want to clip the highlights. But with this ultra dynamic range, that might be the solution we were waiting for. And please bear in mind that nothing is official. They just sent out this email asking for our evaluations about these 5 very important points. I would value the most the ultra dynamic range. Let me know down here in the comment which one you would value the most, which one you would love to see applied into the Leica M system. Maybe this night mode is a great help as well. Maybe we can have both, because if they're working on the ultra dynamic range, maybe they can also find a way to help with the night dynamic mode, with the night mode, not the dynamic live photos that I would not use. I mean, if I need a live photo, you just use your smartphone, because you can record a video in 4K and have it there and keep it for yourself on the clouds or whatever. But if you buy a Leica M glass and a Leica M body, it's because you want an impressive image quality. So image quality, how can it be improved with the night mode and with the ultra dynamic range? Stay tuned, because I will be so curious to see what is coming, what the future is bringing, and if they're implementing this into all the Leica M cameras or only in the Leica MV line, ideally the Visoflex, not the rangefinder ones, which we are still waiting to be announced. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you, and get ready for the long Italian summer that is about to start.